This is the deciding round of the European qualifier, the last chance. There's no fallback net anymore. That was only the case yesterday. ThorZaIN unfortunately had to work on day one, so had to give a death win in his first round match, which was supposed to be against Tom, and now second chance for him, just as it is the case for Cooper, who had a decent win against, I think Kevin it was, right? Exactly, 2-1, was a close affair, and then another 2-1, but in this case, a 1-2, so Cooper the marathon man has to play here today again. Another best of 3, one more spot for one of these guys. The loser is just out, and the winner advances to the round of 16 in Europe, which will be starting in 10 days. So will it be the return of the Doctor, or can Cooper once again be the only one orc? We kick things off, as we said, on... I don't have sound. There we go. Always takes a little. We got ThorZaIN for Sweden in the red. Could be the second Swede making it in the absence of little DC. Whoa, okay. It's star-shaped qualifying as so often this year, and ThorZaIN could make a thunderous return with an Archmage opening, and these guys played each other during a season already. I think it was last year, where ThorZaIN pretty much hard countered him, knowing that Cooper would sidestep with a then not very meta Farseer. But here, once again, Cooper goes off meta and sticks with his gun, or with his blade rather, as he picks the Blade Master first. This is gonna be something very unique in today's scene. ThorZaIN, in his last DreamHack appearance, didn't really look too spectacular, I want to say. Was a little rusty and maybe just busy in real life and couldn't really prepare as it's necessary for the DreamHacks. It was kind of steamrolled, to be honest, by people like Dice. But it looks like he's motivated, seems to be in a good mood. Seems like it's important to him to get back into the top 16, and this is where we all expect him and hope he is, because ThorZaIN, one of the biggest names in all of Warcraft, I would say, thanks to his StarCraft career, of course. So it was just the item. Does ThorZaIN know? He went out with the scout peasant, footman, so I guess he knows. Tex, and then we have an old school human versus orc game. Looking forward to this. Cooper, one of the best European players when it comes to Blade Master. And Archmage so far, not the greatest progress, always the problem on Last Refuge, how to get a Reliant level 2. And it's not happening so far. It feels like ThorZaIN is a little caught off guard. This is also something that you don't face too often anymore. Both players scout each other out pretty well. They know what their opponent is doing. They're just waiting for T2 and ThorZaIN. Going for a blacksmith. Huh. Rifle play against the Blade Master, Raider Walker. Can hit very, very hard, but he needs levels. Very conservative play with ThorZaIN, with his mana, not using any water elementals if they are necessary. Is it boots time? No, circlet time. Oh, we're pimping the old man. One circlet isn't enough. But okay, both heroes on level 1. I think this hurts the human more than the orc at this stage. Very reliant on strong water elementals in the early stages of tier 2. While, of course, you would like to have Critical Strike, you would like to have a Windwalk 2 for more coverage on the map, as the Windwalk lasts longer, but it's not essential to your strategy. So, first rifles are coming. Very small army by ThorZaIN, as he gets level 2 reliably now. Watch Awards stolen by Cooper earlier, so he has very, very good vision. He's gonna have 4 eyes on the map. And now, what's the plan, ThorZaIN? Looks like it's a tavern hero. No, Mountain King is coming, just as I say. A little bit of cast a curse. Dice leads 1 over Hippo. Thank you very much. Please keep me up to date about the results on the other places. As every game is streamed, you will probably find results rather quickly, and then we can all get up to speed here. Shadow Hunter, Raider Walker, that's no surprise. If you open up the Blade Master, that's your go-to. ThorZaIN seems a little indecisive. Constantly moving north, then back. But yeah, Cooper, with all these eyes on the map, like all avenues covered, he knows exactly what's up and makes it very easy for him to react to ThorZaIN's play. Stealing a claw here, pretty nice. Heal self, wind walk, off we go. But he's a little too hurt to engage, I think. That, sure, he's trying. Oh, this could be nasty. ThorZaIN has dust. He should make... Oh, Cooper's trying to dodge the dust. Oh, here we go with the Mountain King. No way, it's too slow. The devotion goes to Cooper, but oh no, the Blade Master falls as well. Stealing Magpie. Dies for his sins, gets arrested for the steal. Who did get... Like, Shadow Priest? Okay, that's old news here, I think then. Who got the Rock Golem? ThorZaIN got it. Okay, that's big. That's huge, actually. So Cooper only stole the item. Little lucky for Cooper that a Shadow Hunter is already out there and creeping, so the altar isn't occupied, but this lines up for a great push of ThorZaIN. Off we go, level 3. Oh man, this looks so good for ThorZaIN now after that Blade Master kill. Yeah, Devotion Aura is really nice, especially against physical damage that is Rifleman. But he's not pushing yet, waiting for the 50 pop. That buys some time for the Shadow Hunter, who of course gets solo experience. Rune Braces it is. Against Stormbolt, decent, but of course you would love another Aura. But that's 2 of the biggest items on this map. Going to Cooper, and he definitely has the capabilities of turning this game around later with a strong Shadow Hunter. Heal Wave level 2, of course. Items, big mana potion for ThorZaIN, really good. And a big invul potion, so if Cooper thinks that hero focus is his only way out of this game, well, both heroes of ThorZaIN are really well equipped. Gambling a bit on the fact that there's an expansion coming, but I don't think there's any chance for that after that Blade Master loss. Waiting for the spell. And ThorZaIN doesn't really have the right read, I think, because there's nothing left to do here on the upper side of the map. Got level 3 MK, and that's the most important thing. More rifles. When is the push coming? He's giving Cooper some time to creep. Oh, Stoker, the god coming in. Sonic 1 overs Kevin and Neutron 1 overs Lubber. So looking good for all the Night Elves that we got left, except Kevin, I guess. Dice with the lead, Sonic with the lead, Neutron with the lead. Yeah, and Kevin needs your support right now, that's true. Red spots for both. ThorZaIN solo creeping the MK to 4 for Stormbolt 2. Item, Warsong Battle Drums, pairs amazing with Rifleman, +2 on all. On the other side, Hood of Cunning, which is decent for the Blade Master. Basically another claw and a little bit more Windwalk. I don't know, not the greatest item for Cooper, but he's the one pushing now. ThorZaIN sees it with the farm. And the base race begins. Not the flashiest style by Cooper so far. He has an Ankh, he has a Town Portal, he has a Speed Scroll, so multiple ways to get out. Shop is gone, no breakers then? which would be ideal, I guess, to steal some of the Spirit Link and maybe do some extra damage here and there. Whoa, trying to escape here with the zap. Works out. Map is almost empty. The only big items we got left is the lab here. Pretty obvious. So ThorZaIN is scouting for another creep jack. Trying to drop in with the Zeppelin into the base, I think. Interesting to see that ThorZaIN is still solo creeping his Mountain King. Oh, instantly reacting to this threat that is the Zeppelin. Water Elemental is here. And the duration is on for a long time, so 1 or 2 workers might fall. But that is about it. In the meantime, he can creep. And what's really left to do for Cooper in the north? Not much, to be honest. Going for gyrocopters now to counter this. And this is a lot more damage than it's supposed to be. ThorZaIN himself can't really enter. No tower here. Water Elemental is still waiting for that zap to come back in. But it's only lumber workers. I think he's cool with that. It's obviously not perfect, but good play by Cooper. I like it. Shadowhunter's making it up to level 4. Also, not the greatest. Gyro is looking for this, but Blade Master is safe already. And now it's time for the turtles, huh?
A player's forces are under attack.
Still 2 huge consumables. Oh my god, this MK has 450 mana. On top of the mana potion. On the other side, what he got? Crystal Ball, meh. 1 for the shop. So we're picking up the last remaining pieces on this map. They both kinda careful, kinda conservative. Don't want to do the first big step. I think ThorZaIN had the chance to go for the push earlier in this game. Right around 50 supply, but didn't feel too comfortable. Maybe because it's the first game of the series and of the entire day. But here comes Cooper. Another tower comes in and ThorZaIN is breaking upkeep. Cooper did that quite a while ago. And the shop is probably going down again. Stormbolt used. Oh, there's reveal. Oh no, that blade. The reveal coming in from the gyro. Ankh triggered. Can he get him again? There's so much more Stormbolt. And the gyro is here for reveal. Yeah, Stormbolt immediately. A second hero loss for Cooper. And that is a level 5 Mountain King. And that's definitely the sign that Cooper can't take a normal fight anymore. Like, this Mountain King is just gonna salvage this fight alone. Ooh, 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 ooh. Too greedy. Too greedy. And a Tavern Revive. Yikes. Okay, ThorZaIN pushing. 65 supply. This was so expensive. I guess it's time for another heal scroll. 2 of them are... Oh, Tome of Retraining! Off we go! Clap and Blizzard, everybody! Thank you, Riptide, you wonderful soul. 17-month resub, less than 3, right back. Was about to contact you today, but I guess we'll do that tomorrow or something. Off we go, on to the Blade Master again, who does have an invul potion, but he's in trouble, City. First heal wave had to be used, 2 end snares flying on these rifles, but look at the MK! What a carry! He's just demolishing this army, but maybe it was a mistake to go for so many storm bolts on that blade immediately. Invoke potion and heal scroll on the Archmage, 7 second safety for the blade, but the MK, he can just clap away. Hitting that button feels so good. Archmage trying to reposition, Blade Master in trouble again, dies for the 3rd time, and you all know 3 times the charm. Everything gets wrecked by the human AoE, and ThorZaIN takes map number 1 with crazy area of effect damage. Mr. DreamHack is 1 step away from returning to the biggest competition in European Warcraft. And we try to join the second game. That was pretty one-sided, I want to say, and in the end it was the right call by ThorZaIN to bank on an MK. That was his plan all along, wasn't it? Very early on we saw that he pulled the Archmage back, prioritized his MK for circlets. And the big mana potion, that thing is unkillable then. And yeah, that's the downside. That's the downside of Blade Master, Shadowhunter, Raider, Walker, like just getting wrecked. Just getting wrecked. And that was 2 simple mistakes by Cooper. Blade Master got eliminated pretty early on. That gave ThorZaIN all the map control in the world. He lost the Devotion Aura for it, but definitely worth it. And we return to map number 2, Echo Isles as we said. Whew. Match point for ThorZaIN. Of course we have more games afterwards. Just because this is the decided match doesn't mean that this is the last game of the day. We'll try to bring you as many games as possible, as I have severe spikes on this one. Which is kind of bad. What the heck is going on? That's kind of bad. But unfortunately I can't reach the players. We have to live with it. I really don't know why this happens sometimes. Let me try to close some stuff. Is this the same server as before? Whoa, this is borderline unwatchable. Farseer this time. Out of Warcraft, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Endars. There's the sound, okay. Yeah, I might drop out at some point. Thank you, Sparrow, for the tier 2 sub, mate. That's amazing, thank you. Mic is not off. All good. So yeah, this is sorry for the lags, but nothing I can influence. Cooper running into the creep spot. That's kind of weird. and seeing the Farseer here. Cooper was playing Farseer for quite a while on maps like Terranerstand. And goes for very early aggression. ThorZaIN was laddering quite a bit, so he must be very familiar. But that creep, oh, goes to Cooper immediately. Yikes, shouldn't really happen. Was a blunder by ThorZaIN for sure. Trying to fight this with Militia now, goes into... Whoa. It's checking already. Here's the tower. I don't have any sound problems here. You might like try to refresh. Do you hear in-game sound? Because that looks very low on my end. But what do I know? Harass continues. And ThorZaIN is struggling with the level 2, but that's just the nature of this matchup. Shadow Priest stolen. That's really nice. Was also a conservative creep route by ThorZaIN here, going for the green, but if you go for the Merc camp and then being creep jacked, that's just horrible. Neutron 2 overs Lubber, so Bulgaria once again not represented at DreamHack. And Dice eliminates Hippo with 2-0, so 2 decisions already made there. Light Echo, thank you for the 30-month resub. You guys are very lovely here. Base is open once again. ThorZaIN going for the Blacksmith as the siege continue. Pat B, thank you for the 3-month resub. Little sub train here, Choo Choo. And I guess you fixed the spikes with your subs. Internet bill finally paid. But yeah, kind of the same procedure as before. ThorZaIN struggling hard with level 2. Trying to get rid of a Mountain King, of a possible Mountain King, but I don't think that's enough. You could always go for a Panda, and seeing this little red dot in the middle of the map going to the tavern. Either craving for a drink or a second hero. And we'll see in a second what that is. Tier 2 is done. Cost a few resources. ThorZaIN playing this very carefully. And what is Cooper really accomplishing? Panda and Brewmaster, the weapon of choice. S tier hero, according to Remo Demo. And then, yeah, it's decent if this Altar falls from the perspective of Cooper. Though I think the biggest thing here is A, Archmage not level 2. B, wow, Town Portal. B, it delayed Sanctums. But man, look at these saves. 4 hurt workers. Well done. Priests are a little late, but I guess that's fine. Town Portal out is really interesting. And out of Warcraft, gifting yet another sub. Is your birthday today or something? Did you find a little treasure in your backyard? Thank you. So finally some creeping. Finally level 2, get some more damage here as well. It's again rifle casters and ooh, wow, that footman. The boy lives, exactly. And again, super low priority on the first hero. Not even for the level 3. I mean, he's not aggressive early on. So maybe it's not that necessary, can go for Aura 2 in the process. But yeah, that's a very new way of playing human.
A player's forces are under attack.
But okay, fast level 3 Panda. Not that we've not seen this before, but it's usually with roaming heroes. Maybe he doesn't want to risk the life of the old man on the horse. And it is another PvE game, as Cooper is, I don't know man, creeping both heroes at the same time. Farsi is pretty much useless soon. Maybe... I mean, Chain Lightning is nice on 2, but yeah, Shadowhunter is way more important. Opens up with Hex, goes for tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
But no casters, right? No, not at all. Oh, I think you need casters against this. And ThorZaIN now with a level 3 Paladin. Paladin? Panda. Not going into Drunken Haze, by the way. But rather Drunken Brawler. Feels like a mistake. Maybe on level 4. But that's so far away. I think the mischance alone is worth it. But okay, he will probably know better. Archmage close to level 3, first big fight in the Panda, is kind of surrounded by his own units, throws another Breath of Fire, has an Invo Potion, can stay in for a little longer. Do we have Defend, by the way? No, as there's very little Rifleman. So if you exchange your Footmen or trade your Footmen for these Headhunters, that's a very good deal. Breath of Fire is doing the good job it needs to do. And I would say ThorZaIN is taking the lead again. Oh, there's more experience, another circlet, really nice to have. Cooper's not really ready to compete with this. Berserker upgrade, maybe a TC 3rd, but on this map? Not much to do, but okay. If you can test your opponent, he can't leave his base. Or if you siege your opponent, he can't leave his base, and that opens up the time for an expansion. Kevin 1-1 versus Sonic. Oh, wow. Kevin Schwem, the experienced champion. With yet another comeback. He came back from a 0-2 yesterday in the final. And Jay Gads, the ultimate lovely soul. 5 gifted subs. Much, 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 much love. So yeah, he is playing TC 3rd. Huh. Feels like Cooper is very, very passive. Oh, ThorZaIN needs to get this here, otherwise it's kind of useless. Crystal Ball, meh. But I mean, it's still gold you can trade. Wanted to throw Breath of Fire. That was an excellent hex. Skelly, thank you very much for a 9-month resub. There is still a TP, but the position is also decent. Does he have some healing? No, okay, that's the big downside for ThorZaIN. Not having any healing at all. Trying to go for some mercenaries to get level 4. Takes out another Headhunter. But this feels like a bit of a one-dimensional army. No crowd control. Not even with Drunken Haze, which usually makes the units a little slower as well. No sorcerers in as well. I think ThorZaIN could abuse the fact that his opponent has no Dispel. Panda throwing the fire again. And Cooper is a little desperate here. Hero focus. Is there still an Invo Potion? Yeah. But Cooper just wants to get him out here. Panda is blocked. Can't pass that potion. Epicenter Storm, but he needs that big follow-up. And I'm not sure if he can get it. Desperation Peon thrown into this defense. As the Panda is doing more and more and more damage. Is ThorZaIN running out of steam? Not really, still at the strong 53 supply. Plus the expansion in the back. He's just facing this level 1 Tauren and... Whew, that's a big stake right there. And not only medium rare. There's a tech advantage, of course, for Cooper, but what did he really get with that? Berserker upgrade. Oh, Muddy comes in to throw a little slow, but there's a speed scroll against that. Yeah, and ThorZaIN is just, you know, rifle, casters, mercs. Doesn't even need Drunken Haze. Clarity, but no mana potion for Cooper. Needs every single dime of gold to rebuild his army. And where's the damage coming from? I mean, Not from these 3 headhunters, that's for sure. Very, very well controlled game by ThorZaIN in my opinion. Always a little on the edge, but I think it's just calculated risks from his side. TC surrounded again. Of course, quick revive, but with only 2 armor, he's really not that tanky as he appears to be. Focus fire again needs another heal wave. That was the last one. Cooper's running out of mana and ThorZaIN can just replenish all the units that he's losing. He's on 2 bases for a long time. It just keeps on brawling, man. Doesn't want to give Cooper any chance for a tiny Great Hall. And if that's the game plan behind it, it's a very interesting one. As you can see here, mining for a long time. Cooper and the Great Wall were the only chances for full-time orcs. I guess the Great Wall is at the moment a full-time orc to qualify for DreamHack, but the Horde never really too well represented in DreamHacks.
A player's forces are under attack.
And how do you rebuild now against the constant pressure? ThorZaIN just relentless. He doesn't have the biggest army, he doesn't have the highest tech army, but finally there's sorcerers in the mix. I really like that. As again, there's still no dispel. Cooper is hanging on to dear life, obviously. But what can you do? You can't even creep too much due to the nature of the map. ThorZaIN shuts the door when it comes to shop items. Could just sell the crystal ball. Keeps it though. With another invo potion, and that's it. GG. Well played. Our game is over after 30 minutes and ThorZaIN is back. We were in desperate need of a doctor and we got him back. Fall wasn't the same without good old Marcus. But oh Jesus, switching into German here. But glad to have him back. 2 Swedes qualifying from the closed qualifiers, Star-Shaped and ThorZaIN. Very dominant performance, I gotta say. Once again, ThorZaIN not playing too much according to meta. Very interesting idea. To just heavily creep the second hero. And that was the carry in both games. First the MK, then the Pandaren Brewmaster. That was pretty wild. And then yeah, just ultimate aggression. Like game 1 was so passive and so much PvE until there was a level 5 MK. Here, very different. Push at the beginning of tier 2 and then never stop pushing. Never give the chance for a counter expansion with a tiny, or for an expansion with a tiny Great Hall, and then at some point just play the human advantage you got when there's no dispel. That was a one-sided affair indeed. ThorZaIN in, Cooper out, and we have a couple of more games and of course the results for the German election. I throw you guys into a little break to see if we can restream something or find ourselves a new game. We'll have more Warcraft action for your home screens in just a couple of minutes.